Hello everyone, my name is Perplexion. I hope you're having a lovely day today. Today is my birthday, so I wanted to go ahead and do a little birthday special. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and before I get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, that'll help me out a lot, especially in the algorithm. And basically, this will kind of be another story time as to why I still play this game, what classes I like, etc. And with all that out of the way, let's just go ahead and get this started. I think the biggest question is, why do I still play both of the one-on-one games? Well, the simple answer to that is nostalgia. I've been playing the game both of the games. I've been playing both of the games for pretty much most of my life so far. I did take a huge break from the both and come back many years later, but they're still a huge part of my childhood, and I still enjoy playing the game from time to time. As there's still quite a few activities I need to do with them, such as questing, farming, or if I just want to do some solo content, I like soloing as well. That's pretty fun. I also really enjoy the communities. I think they're pretty nice. Of course, there's a few weird people, but majority of the communities are amazing. And I love how I met so many community members. I think they're pretty great. So I think the community is also part of why I still play both of these games to this day. What I like to do in both games kind of varies. In both of them, I like soloing. I like trying out different setups in PvE. I like farming, stuff like that, basic stuff. I also do like doing some events in Wiz, usually the decathlon. I think that's my favorite, mainly because it's solo content. I don't have to rely on other people to get through it, but it's also just pretty fun, and it can be kind of challenging at times, which is what I really like about it. Pet training in both games is also kind of a hit or miss. I don't love pet training, but I do somewhat like it because, it's just another thing to do. Though it's definitely not my favorite thing ever. They both kind of suck. In both games, they kind of suck in some capacity, but at the end, in the end, I think they're still a little fun to do because, I kind of think of that as gambling, like gambling for the perfect pet talents you want. That's a little fun, but at the same time, can be pretty painful. My favorite classes in the game tend to be defensive. My favorite class to play in Wizard 101 has to be Life. I've maxed the Storm first, right? Many, many years ago. Then I maxed the Death. Then I maxed the Life. But then I kind of grew to love the Life more than the Death and Storm, which is kind of a hot take in some people's eyes, but I really love Life. I love the idea of supporting and being pretty tanky, so you're able to do whatever you want in combat, pretty much. Yeah, I could do the same thing on Death, but for some reason, Life just kind of hits different. I like healing big numbers while draining. I like all that type of stuff. It's also just pretty fun to heal in general. I mainly main Life because I like to heal people. I like to support people. I like to be a useful team member when it comes to tanking and healing. That's kind of my play style in these types of games because, yeah, being offensive is fun, but I tend to be better at doing defense than offense. And Power 101, well, you could probably guess, my main is Privateer as well. What I really like about Privateer is, despite it being pretty weak, it is very, very versatile. You can pretty much enable any companion in the game with little to no effort. You can go ahead and try out many, many different sets of Privateer and get away with it. You're pretty tanky. You can pretty much never die if you at least know what you're doing. Which I don't know what I'm doing all that much, of course, but it is pretty fun to practice being a privateer. It's fun practicing on how to be a better one. It's pretty fun soloing as one as well. And I could also say the same for life. They're both pretty tanky. You could get away with doing loads of things on both of those classes. I think the beauty of the privateer class in Pirate 101 has to be the versatility. Like, it doesn't matter how weak you are, if you put in the work, you can still do decent damage as your pirate. Like, of course, your companions will definitely do most of the damage output because you're kind of support. But I really love how I can just do anything, and I know that's a hot take to many Pirate 101 and Wiz 101 players about life and privateer being pretty good classes. But you know, I just made them, so I'm a little biased. But I genuinely do enjoy playing those classes, especially privateer. If I had to go ahead and do the top 3 classes I like in each game though, for Wiz 101, for number 1, well, of course, life. It's amazing. I love that class a lot. It's very tanky, does a great job at healing, and even from time to time, even my life can do lots of damage, which is pretty amazing. For number 2, I think I have to give to Storm. As much as people dislike Storm Wizards or Storm Mains or whatever, I personally really like the class, not mainly because of the amount of damage you can do in teams, but kind of because there's a bit of a challenge when it comes to soloing as Storm, and the satisfaction when you solo as Storm. It's kind of challenging because you know you're fragile, you could die easily, but if you set up enough buffs pretty quickly, you know you can kill the enemies. Pretty awesome. But you know, even then there's sometimes bosses that won't let you do that all that easily. Cheating bosses that will make you have to even think a little as a Storm, which is pretty cool, and I do feel accomplished, like really accomplished, when I finally beat a boss on a Storm. I've done many Storm solos. If you want, you can go ahead and check them out. I have a playlist of some Wizard 1 gameplay and some solos. For now, they mainly consist of life and Storm solos, but I want to eventually branch out and start adding restrictions to those types of solos as well. I feel like those would be pretty fun, but I have to figure those out. For my third favorite school, I think I have to give it to Death. Because, you know, Death is pretty easy. It's pretty brain dead. Like, you just Scarecrow, win. That's kind of it. Like, it's simple. It's pretty hard to die as a Death. Pretty much borderline impossible to die as a Death unless you horribly deck fail or something. And I think it's pretty fun to play overall. Like, yeah, it's kind of the same thing over and over again, but that's kind of the entire game in general for all the schools. And Death isn't all that challenging, which is why it's not in the top 1 or top 2 spot. But overall, Death still has a place in my heart. For Pirate 101, of course, I love Privateer and its versatility. That's what mainly drew me to the class. It's amazing. For number 2, I think I have to say Musketeer, because it's really easy to farm as one. Like, it's kind of like the Death of Pirate 101. Like, it's really easy to farm as a musket in the game. Really easy. I'd argue the easiest class to farm on. That class is usually what I use for when I'm farming things, because it's efficient. Musketeers are strong enough. They can kill enemies before they even reach them if you have the right epics, right companions. Musketeer is really OP, and it's also pretty versatile in some ways. Not as versatile as Privateer in my opinion, but it is a pretty good class overall. I like it. I think for my third class, it would have to be Swashbuckler. As hard as it is to play as one in game, with all the sent enemies or first strike free enemies, it is pretty hard. But I think I like my Swashbuckler more rather than the class itself, which is a little funny, but you know, I love the way she looks. I love the way I can use different strategies. You know, I love how I can try accessing hybrid, accessing pure builds. I can go ahead and try soloing on a Swashbuckler. I kind of had the time of my life soloing as a Swashbuckler. I do have a few Swashbuckler solos if you wish to look at those as well. Some fights are easy for a Swashbuckler, some aren't. Swashbuckler isn't the most OP class ever, isn't really the best up there to me, but I really do like the purple and aesthetic of the Swashbuckler class. I'll give them that. I think that's why it's my first favorite class. Alright, so now, the biggest question of all. Why did I become a content creator in the first place? I think it's kind of a long story, but I think I mainly became one just because I wanted to get more involved with both communities. It started with part 101 when I first uploaded a Tartarus video. That got a decent bit of views. I decided I wanted to do more, so I decided to try soloing. It worked out a little bit. I started having fun, so I did it more and more. Then I started branching out to edits for the games. I really loved them. I love making art and edits for the game. Pretty amazing to do. It's pretty fun to do. I also want to try creating more music videos. I think I only made one so far, and it was about Wizard 101. But I want to try making more. I want to try making more edits based on both games. I have lots of fun doing them. So that's why I decided I just wanted to do more for the community. As I'm also in high school, I don't want to just go to school, go home, play Witch, play Pirate, play whatever, then go to sleep. I don't want to do all that. So I wanted to go ahead and try doing more than just that. I decided to become a content creator, not a too consistent one or persistent one, but I just wanted to do this as like a small hobby. So if I ever get bored or if I ever make an edit and I want to show you guys on my channel, I can do that. That's kind of what I wanted to originally do, but I decided to, do solos, do skits, do music videos, all that type of stuff. And I generally find it quite fun to do so. I don't think I'll be joining extra credits whenever I turn 18, but I think I will keep on doing this because, it's a little hobby I do. It makes me happy. I know some of you guys do enjoy my content, so I really do appreciate that. I love you all, and I thank you for, clicking on this video in the first place. I think also becoming a content creator helps me get more involved with the community, get more involved with other content creators. As far as I know though, right now, I'm kind of like a one-man army. Like I kind of just do things on my own from time to time. I don't really collab right now or that type of stuff, but I want to try doing all of that in the future. So I think collabing with other people will be pretty fun, like other WizTubers, other PieTubers. I really do love both games. I love both communities. So I really do hope I can branch out more and see what more I can do with all that. I think for now, that's enough, however. I really do hope you guys enjoy this video. I know it's not all that long, and I'm sorry for that. It's kind of just me answering a few questions I have for myself. So yeah, this is kind of birthday special. As I upload this, I'm probably off somewhere, so I may not be available for the entire day, but I just wanted to upload this video kind of as a little nice thing for myself. I might do this next year if I'm still doing this in the future. It was pretty fun doing this. I do like talking about myself. I do like expressing my opinions and expressing how I feel about each game. I think I love both games, though I don't play that much or upload that much. I will try my best to stay involved in both communities for as long as I'm interested in the games. But yeah, for now, that's it for me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like, subscribe if you want, comment down below what you probably like we talk about next, or maybe a solo, maybe a music video. Just let me know. I would love to do that. So with all that out of the way, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll go ahead and see you guys later. Bye.